You spend 8 hours a day chewing. Your jaw is heavy. It is always heavy. You don't know any other way to live because nobody does. You wake up, you forage, you hunt if you get lucky, and then you sit in the dirt and you chew. The raw meat is tough, like rubber. The roots are fibrous and packed with dirt. You swallow, and your massive gut goes to work, burning massive amounts of energy just to break down the raw tissue. You are constantly exhausted. Your entire existence is a mathematical equation of calories in versus calories out, and you are always exactly one bad week away from zero. Then, the storm comes. Lightning hits a dry patch of brush across the valley. The rest of your tribe scatters. They know the orange glow means death, but you don't run. You wait for the rain to kill the heat, and you walk toward the smoke. You find a carcass in the ash. It smells completely wrong, but you haven't eaten in 2 days. You reach down, tear a piece off, and put it in your mouth. It falls apart. You barely have to chew. The fat is rendered. The proteins are broken down. The fibers are soft. You don't know the biology. You don't know that applying heat to food pre-digests it outside the body. You don't know that you just bypassed millions of years of digestive evolution in a single bite. All you know is that for the first time in your life, eating wasn't a struggle. You figure out how to keep the heat alive. You start bringing it back to the caves. You start putting food into the fire on purpose. And everything changes. The math flips. What used to take 8 hours of chewing now takes 20 minutes. The calories hit your bloodstream like a shockwave. Your body doesn't have to spend all its energy breaking down raw starch and tough muscle anymore. Over generations, the physical changes happen. Your jaw shrinks. Your teeth get smaller. Your intestinal tract shortens because it doesn't need to be a massive fermentation chamber anymore. But the surplus energy has to go somewhere. It goes to your head. Your brain starts absorbing the extra calories. It grows. It becomes a massive, energy-hungry engine, eating up 20% of everything you consume. And then the strange part happens. The quiet part. You wake up. You eat your cooked meal in minutes. And suddenly, you have 6 hours of daylight left. You have free time. No animal has ever had free time before. You expected the fire to bring relief. You expected the extra food to bring peace. But the engine in your skull is awake now, and it doesn't know how to sit still. Because you aren't spending your day chewing, you start looking around. You start noticing patterns in the stars. You start wondering where the rain comes from. You start remembering the past with agonizing clarity. You start worrying about tomorrow. You look at the fire and you realize you have to keep it fed. You look at your tribe and realize you need to organize them. You invent language to explain the things you're suddenly seeing. You invent gods to explain the things you can't. You solved the problem. You beat the physical grind of the animal kingdom. The endless chewing is done. But the new hunger isn't in your stomach. It's in your mind. You will spend the rest of your life, and your descendants will spend millions of years trying to feed an intellect that is never full. You will build cities, you will split the atom, you will stare at screens, all because you don't have to chew leaves all day. You thought cooking food was just a way to survive. You didn't realize it was the moment you stopped being an animal and became a human. And the specific cruelty of being human is that the survival instinct never actually shuts off. It just turned into anxiety. You look into the flames. The jaw doesn't ache anymore, but the mind has just started grinding. And you already know, deep down, that it will never stop.